One thing that drives me absolutely nuts in the nonprofit sector is the fact that we have to chase money. The fact that we are always that, feast and famine kind of world where we get some money, we like take a deep breath and we can breathe. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, things are crazy. And we're writing proposals and going for grants and all this kind of stuff. And when you stepped into leadership in the nonprofit sector, I'm going to guess that you didn't get a lot of training or support in how to navigate all of this. And that leaves us feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and often where that imposter syndrome kicks in because we don't know what we're doing and we're a little bit afraid to ask for help. Well, I have never been a fundraiser. I don't know the first thing about writing all of that kind of stuff. I lived in a different world where we wrote government contracts. But I do know that many of my clients are struggling with this. And so I was super excited when Catherine asked me to be a part of the Packed with Impact bundle because there is so much goodness in this bundle that you are going to learn about today and how it can help you overcome some of these challenges. So let me start by introducing Catherine. Catherine Lacefield, tell us why fundraising is such a passion of yours.
To be honest, it just came so naturally to me when I was working in an animal shelter. I was doing all of the things. I was doing adoption, foster care, reception. And there's this one story where I like to share, which kind of made me realize how fundraising can be much more easy than we think. And I just really liked it. I did two things. Number one, I was doing reception. This woman comes in with 2 stray kittens, obviously caring about them, wanting them to find a better life, et cetera, et cetera. And I just asked her, like, so would you like to make an additional donation to take care for these cats? Because she didn't have to pay anything for bringing in the animals since they were strays. She was like, yeah, sure, of course. And she made a $250 donation. And for most people, like right off the bat, a cold donor that gives you $250, like that's a pretty
cool.
decent sized donation. So I realized, like, why isn't everyone doing this? Like, why isn't this part of our training? Why aren't we like integrating fundraising into our other tasks?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I started doing this and realized that more people need to start doing this. So that's kind of how it started. And I don't mind asking people for money. I like asking people for money. So why not just do it for a good cause? So that's kind of how it got started.
Okay, I just have to open up my LinkedIn page quick. I forgot to open that up to make sure that I got comments coming. There's probably going to be a little bit of an echo here for a moment. But tell people what you do now, Catherine.
So for the last 5 years, I decided to launch myself as a consultant. Why? Because I'd rather help many nonprofits with their fundraising and then increase their impact than work and probably kick butt for one nonprofit, but then I'm not helping everyone else. And when I started realizing that so many people, it's not like so many nonprofits, it's not that they need a full-time consultant or a new full-time fundraising staff. They just need the right tools, guidance, and knowledge to get to that next step of the impact and of their fundraising capacity. So if I wanted to, like 15-year-old Catherine who wants to change the world, how can I do that? It's not by working in one nonprofit. I can have much more impact by working with many nonprofits and supporting them. And so the whole Packed with Impact bundle that you mentioned kind of stems from that, right? I can't, even as a consultant, can't work with every nonprofit, even if I want to work with many. But this bundle kind of helps me and with all of the other participants, it kind of helps us impact many more nonprofits by making it accessible and easy to use than just by working with every single one individually.
Yeah. So I'm a leadership development coach. I teach, coach, and mentor women leaders who are overwhelmed, drowning in their work, trying to figure it out. And I was in agency as well. And at some point I realized the same thing. I can't make a big difference in this, not the difference that I want to make in the world, in one agency. I need to help more leaders get the support they need. And so, it just multiplies. And we can impact so much more greatly. All right. So I'm going to move this out of the way so that I'm going to share the screen. Hopefully we're going to attempt this and we're going to screen share. I'm going to try this. It's always a little funky trying to get technology to work. Catherine and I were talking about this before.
Oh my goodness. Let's not even talk about it.
Oh, I got to actually click it. There we go. All right. So, Catherine, Introduce the bundle. What is it? What's it all about? What's important for people to know?
Yes. So the bundle is basically your one-stop shop for any type of fundraising, marketing, leadership, financial, anything you can think of that you'd need in a nonprofit. It has it in here. The point was to make it so easy for nonprofits to access the tools they need to make sure that their year end is going to kick butt this year. That was the original purpose. But then it kind of expanded into resources that won't just help for year end, but will kind of help for the next years. So there's a lot of resources in here that are included that are guides, there's templates, there's your book club, of course. There's 6 weeks of coaching calls with me so that we can actually build up your program. There's access to platforms like Pravi. There's a corporate sponsorship guide. There's like so much stuff in here. And it's not just like little freebies. Like that was exactly the thing that I wanted to avoid. I made sure that every single product was valuable and that was more than something that would be used as a lead magnet. These things are only available through the bundle. None of these offers are available like on their website as like sign up for free. Like that is not what we have in here. So it's really a lot of stuff that nonprofits can use right now or in any time in the next years, but as long as they get in on it now, right? So you can get access to these things by joining the bundle. You buy it, it's only $111, and exclusively today we have a little surprise for people who are listening. Ta-da! So yeah.
I'm going to pop it in. So there's the early bird discount code. So if you join today and you message me or join my wait list, you can get the code too if you're just listening. But here's the code streaming around the bottom. I'm going to pop in the link to the sales page so that if you are ready to buy now, use this code because you're going to get that 25% discount off.
What I find crazy is that, and this is like, I'm sure I'm going to hear a lot of nonprofits being like, that's us. Like I've had people where I developed them a plan, like a development plan. It cost them a couple $1,000s. We put all of our soul, our heart into it.
Yeah.
They don't use it. And that's a huge investment. So in this bundle, for a fraction of that, so it's like I said, 111 if you get in today, it's like almost like only $80 Canadian or 60 USD. You can get access to not just a development plan template or a corporate, you get access to 25 different products. And like, I know it sounds very salesy right now. It's just, it frustrates me to no end where they're like, oh, I can't hire you. I'm like, okay, well then use all of these tools, but please do something to increase your capacity. And no. So this is your chance, guys. If you want one-on-one coaching with me, with a website designer, someone's going to personally go through your website and tell you what you need to change. Like how much would you pay for someone to do that? Usually $1,000 minimum.
I know. I thought you should just grab the bundle for that alone. Like, can you imagine?
Exactly. Like,
yeah.
So it just drives me nuts that this is something that people don't realize like how valuable it is. And just want to reiterate, like these are not freebies. These are all very valuable items that you would really use. And if I look at the feedback that we got from the last bundle, just the coaching calls, people were telling me I would have paid just for these calls. Like this was valuable in and of itself. So you are certain to find something in there that's going to help you and help your nonprofit grow.
Well, and I was looking at the coaching too, because I have clients, like I say, who are struggling, and that's not my thing. Just to get on a call with someone who's an expert and knows and to understand, like that is hugely valuable. But the other part is there's, like you said, 20 plus other resources on here. And I know what happens for a lot of people. They're like, oh, it's such a good idea. And they buy the bundle and then they forget about it and don't do the things. I would really encourage you, if you are buying the bundle today, to put some time in your calendar to go through them. You're going to have to sign up for each person's individually so that we're not overwhelming your inbox. Just the things you want to get in your inbox, you're going to get. But schedule some time to start going through the components of the bundle and go, these are the ones I want to act on. And this is when I'm going to do that. The book club for me is a 6-week book club. So when you join the book club, you get 6 group coaching sessions around leadership, plus access to a digital copy of the book. That's a big investment for some people. 6 hours of time, 6 hours of coaching. Like you got to schedule it in and plan for it. but we talk all the time in the nonprofit sector that there's not enough resources. They're here. You just got to make time for them.
Yeah, and like just to add on to that, like what I did when I built the bundle was I wanted to avoid that happening. So what is included is you will get reminders with all of the different resources over the next 2.5 months.
Yeah.
So every week you'll be like, hey, do you need help with your website? Here are 2 resources that can help you. So that way you don't lose track of the stuff. You'll get really thematic, like theme-based reminders about the different things. Also, like with yours, for example, which has a time limitation, I will remind you, a little alarm going on in the background. I will remind you of like, hey, you need to sign up for this because this is happening soon. There's one around board disengagement, for example. This is a one-on-one group. Well, it's a group call with everyone that you can really get to learn on how to better engage your board. So these are time limited things. I will be sending reminders. Of course, at any time, you can always unsubscribe for these reminders, but it allows people, I've got people reply to me, oh my God, I didn't even see this one. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Yeah.
So we really want to make sure that you're taking full advantage of everything that's in the bundle, because at the end of the day, guys, we're doing this not because we're trying to get rich here. We're doing this because we want to help nonprofits, because we're going through a hard time. The world is going through a hard time right now. Like, I don't know if there's been worse. Maybe, world wars were probably, pretty intense, but like there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Nonprofits need help. And this is why we built this.
Just a side question relevant to Canada, Canadians, Americans, anybody else?
That is in the bundle, or that this is useful
Well,
for?
if you're buying the bundle and is stuff specific to a country, I mean, I just think that the way they fundraise in the States is slightly different than Canada. Does it matter?
I don't think it matters to that degree. I think the majority of the resources, they are focused on Canada and US. There's maybe one that is very specific to Canadians because it is access to a grant circle, so that you'll only be getting notifications of grants from Canada. However, the majority of the resources are good for everyone. Pravi actually just launched their thing specifically for North America. They were mostly based in the UK before, and now you can build your donor personas for people in the US and Canada. So it's a very international bundle. I have people coming in. Well, I'm in Mexico, but I work mostly with Canadians, but we have people from everywhere. And so the resources are really meant to be across the board good for everyone. But of course, there are a couple maybe that might be more US focused and more Canadian focused.
And last question, that's not a question, it's a comment. You put out an early call for some people to get some free bundles. Tell us about why you did that, how that came to be, and you haven't announced the winners yet, but.
Nope, 5:00. Why I did that? Well, this bundle is all about accessibility. And I know for some, 80 USD or $111 Canadian is nothing. But for some people, it's still out of budget or something that they wouldn't necessarily do because they're so strapped. And everyone listening, I'm sure nonprofits get constantly criticized for any expenditure they do, even if it's for investment in their own team. So I really wanted to make this even more accessible by getting it sponsored. So we got 3 amazing sponsors. We have DonorBox, who offered 30 bundles. So they basically covered the costs of 30 bundles to make them accessible to other people. So thank you so much. We have Pravi and Mike Esposito Fundraising, who both decided to give 10 bundles each. So we got 50 bundles giving away for free. These amazing sponsors made it that much more. This is an easy thing. There's still time if ever you're here and you want to. I don't know if Kathy, if you have the link close at hand. If not, I can share it in the chat.
Yeah,
but if you're a small nonprofit under $1 million a year, which I'm sure that's still quite a lot of people, and you want to have access to this for free, honestly, at this point, you have more than a 1 in 2 chance of getting it. So there's still a couple of spaces if you want. Just let me get the.
I don't have the link handy.
Yeah, I'll go get it for you guys. So so it's basically just you get access to it for free. There's 1 in 2 chances of getting it at the current moment. So you're most likely to get it for free. And then of course, if you don't, I'm saying this because we're on a live call, you will still get access to an exclusive discount because you're a small nonprofit. So even if you don't get it, you'll still get an exclusive discount by signing up. I closed all my windows for access to internet, but if you have any final
Yep.
things
Um,
to say.
No, I think that's all. I just want to make sure that everybody knows if you're looking for the discount code, send me a message. If you don't have it, and I'll make sure you get it. I'll pop it in now for anybody who's still watching. But that ends today at midnight. So grab the deal now. Like, this is too good to be true. Grab it now. If you somehow are watching this after and you're like, dang it, I missed it. I mean, $80 American, 111 Canadian, still a darn good deal. So go ahead and grab it, share it with your friends, colleagues, you know, your bestie in the nonprofit world, because they can all use it as well. So grab it.
I just shared the link in the studio chat. I don't know if you can pop it in the LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, like, I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited to start our group coaching calls again. They're really, really helpful. And I know that a lot of nonprofits, having just someone to guide you and to give you that extra help can really make a big difference. So why not try it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Give it a try. All right. Thank you, Catherine. I know you have a busy day. You're all over the place promoting this. If anyone has any questions, message me or Catherine and would be happy to answer. And looking forward to seeing people inside the bundle.
Same. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay. Take care, everyone.